We need to kill all men. The only answer to that is to kill male babies.
No world that is not imbued by politics. If you believe that you have no identity, no race, then you are probably a very privileged person.
So confident am I, that they are the most intellectually lazy people on the planet. I wrote them a guide on how to beat me. I tweet it every week.
Privilege is not about you as an individual. It's not about anything being your fault. It's not about anything you've done or said or even thought.
You touched me. I never touched you.
Oh, now it's the breath.
Can't help you. I never touched you. I never touched you. Can't help you.
The more you think you cannot be affected, the more likely you are to be affected.
So you'll probably hear quite a lot of people throwing around the phrase, feminism is equality with men. So I'm here to tell you today that's not really what feminism is. That is quite a basic, watered down version of feminism. It's what you'll hear celebrities who are using the word feminism as a buzzword say, and it's not really correct. Feminism is really a movement that is about the liberation of women from the oppression of men.
Jared Maupin gets his weapon. You might recognize him as a high-profile organizer in the minority community. Just last month, he led marches on Phoenix Police headquarters after an officer shot an unarmed man.
We want his badge. We want his gun. We want his job.
Today, he accepted an invitation to look at things from the other side, agreeing to go through a force-unforced training session with the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. A call of two men fighting.
What's going on today, gentlemen? What's going on today, gentlemen? What do you want? What's happening here?
What's wrong with
Back
you?
up.
Huh? What are you doing, man?
Hey, you shouldn't approach me. He shouldn't approach me. He shouldn't approach me. He shouldn't approach me.
In there.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You just shot him?
I didn't understand how important compliance was, but after going through this, yeah, my attitude has changed.
Do you see this nappy ass hair on my head? That means I'm one of those more militant Negroes. And you know what I'm here for? Because these redneck motherfuckers murdered Sandra Bland because she had nappy hair like me.
I have no doubt. Good luck to you.
Yeah, good luck.
We're not the enemy.
So you agree with Malcolm X that white people should be killed? Is that why you're here?
You damn right I do.
You do?
You think I'm scared to say that to you?
You think white people should be killed, huh?
You thought we should be killed when y'all came and stole us from Africa and put us in chains and murdered us for over 400 years. So yeah, you do need to die. I think everybody else on the planet will have peace when you're dead.
Are you responsible for what your parents did?
Listen, I'm talking for me. I answered your question.
All right.
Now I'm done talking because I don't negotiate with fucking terrorists. I think you should go back to those caves that you crawled out of in the Caucasus Mountains because you can't leave black and brown people alone. We can't have any peace on the planet because of white supremacy and white existence. So yeah, fucking die or go back to the caves. Not scared.
As more details come out about the sexual and physical assaults during New Year's celebrations in Germany and other parts of Europe, we find that some of the suspects are in fact asylum seekers.
Sexual assault and rape. You know, I'm not a sociologist, so I don't know. All I know, it's pretty prevalent in all societies, right? I mean, look at the Catholic Church, right? Look at that, what happened, just raping kids and covering up, and at the very top. And these aren't just morons on a street on New Year's Eve, right? So, in fact, the Kaiser Foundation said that they did a survey. 1 in 5 women will be raped or attempted raped while they're in college.
Right. Oh, it's an epidemic on college.
But we have a big rape culture problem here in the United States, right? So I don't know enough about their culture to push back, but I do know about my culture.
Yeah.
So
look, I don't think that their culture is rapey, but I think it's
right because it's more
indisputable. Yeah.
Yeah, it's this story is so frustrating because I think we all know, and Anna, what you were saying is that it's going to be used as a cudgel to sort of like beat the same old drum of racism and bigotry about the people from the Middle East that are these refugees, and talk about what their cultures say or don't say. And
in Florida enjoying a night out.
This was an attack on LGBT people. This was a homophobic attack.
Can I say that the issue? Okay, I completely accept it, as he does that it was a homophobic attack. But for me, the issue is there are going to be homophobic people. There'll be people who hate black people or who hate gay people or hate Jewish people. There are going to be people who are lunatics. There are going to be people who are fanatics.
Who are lunatics? Stop using these words, Julia.
Is it possible for me to finish one sentence?
If you stop using words like lunatic to talk about homophobic terrorist attacks.
Here's the thing. I'll choose the words I want to use, and you choose the words you want to use. Do you understand?
Go for it, Julia.
Okay, well, thank you. So whoever these people are and whatever their motivations are, the key thing is we're always going to have mad and bad people in the world. And the key issue is that they can't do too much or any harm. When you have free access to assault weapons in a country like America, then they are able to put their hatred of other people into effect.
Now, this is an issue that a spokesman for Stonewall saying that people would be feeling vulnerable and basically indicating...
You're going to have an LGBT voice talking about it. Interesting.
Sorry?
Nothing. Carry on. Go on.
Owen, seriously.
I've had enough of this. I'm going home. Sorry.
Owen,
no
genuinely. We're trying to have a civilised conversation.
I
know you're upset. You are upset.
I'm
and
very upset.
I'm quite right. Everyone's upset and angry about this, but storming off a TV set...
Right, well, I think we'll continue the press preview.
I spent the whole day talking about the whole Darth Vader situation, but
really? You could?
Yeah, like the part where he was totally a black guy whose name basically was James Earl Jones, but while he was black, he was terrible and bad and awful and used to cut off white men's hands and didn't, actually claim his son. But as soon as he claims his son and goes over to the good, he takes off his mask and he is white. Oh yes, I have many feelings about that.
Gregory, when you take off your mask, are you black?
Well, sometimes. That's true. Did you notice what's behind her?
Yes,
a sea of white stormtroopers.
I did.
A sea of white. So how does she explain that? Those guys were not good guys, if I remember. By the way, this is what you're seeing is the culmination of decades of academic deconstruction.
What's interesting and what not many people know is that Islam literally founded the principles of gender equality that we call feminism today. What's interesting and what not many people know is that Islam literally founded the principles of gender equality that we call feminism today.
Biological sex is usually described as not only non-factual and sexist, but it's also based off of really toxic ideas about gender. Additionally, describing he pronouns as masculine or male and she pronouns as feminine or female is also inaccurate because gender is something that is entirely separate from pronouns. I hate that the biggest Moji-I event of the year is such a sexualized environment. Like, people were literally walking around displaying their fetishes and it was just really not cool. Like, sexual content can be triggering for people like me and some asexuals and sexual assault survivors. On top of that, Pride was super cisnormative. There were so many people wearing shirts that said things like, I heart boobies, or where's the pussy? Which, by the way, equating being gay to liking a certain set of genitalia is really transphobic and gross, and you need to stop that now.
If a man stops you in the street and wants to talk to you and gives you a compliment and thinks that you're attractive and wants to get to know you better, do you think that's a sexist thing to do?
Yeah, it is.
Why is that sexist? Why do you think that?
Because it's based on... how to say? It's based on...
It's based on what?
It's based on... he's like, it's based on what he thinks is, oh, it's hard to explain, oh my god.